friends, denizens of the internet, hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of Max Payne over here at Lost Time Gaming. I am Devo. We are jumping back into the shoes of Max Payne himself. Where we last left off, we were shooting the crap out of incalculable amounts of mobster bad guys. That's it. That's the full recap. Max Payne, there's not much more to it than that. I did play and beat both Max Payne 1 and 2, never 3, but I assume 3 is much the same. That's the long and short of playing Max Payne, is shooting the crap out of mobster bad guys. Yeah, I wish I hadn't got shot doing that. Oh yeah, Shamone. But we did get shot, oh well. Let's not die to anyone else. That would be good, I think. Once again, I got about halfway through recording today's episode before the game crashed. Started to become a theme here. It seems like about halfway through recording this game, every time it seemed to just crash. I think it's just because the way it's set up to run on like a modern system that it's causing issues. Don't I have to move that middle one? I guess not. It's like running out of memory or something in the middle of a recording. There's nothing else I can attribute it to, so, you know, what are you gonna do? Thankfully, I am making hard saves at the start of episodes, so now we won't have to redo a bunch of nonsense should I screw it up. Oh, that almost killed me entirely. Thank you for that. Oh, I was about to bust out the deagle and shoot you in the face, but I guess that works too. Don't play around with grenades, they're dangerous. And the sad thing is no matter how much I save and make individual save slots, it seems like there's no there's no way to prevent the game from crashing other than to stop recording it every once in a while. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Every time we come to a new chapter, I'm going to break the recordings up into smaller videos. And hopefully that helps.
The backstage area led to Lupino's inner sanctum. The hot air inside was like an invisible wall, thick with incense and something else, a sickly sweet smell that made you gag. This was the rotten core of the Big Apple. Lupino lurked somewhere ahead, like a spider at the center of his web, waiting. The vapors in the air started to make my head swim. Torn pieces of a letter lay scattered on the sofa.
Yeah, this looks like the place where good things happen.
Punchinello had threatened Lupino in writing. The note had been torn to pieces, bloody fingerprints all over them.
Don't want you to think that one of my boys is not playing with a full deck. Shape up, Jack. We are running a business here. I'd hate to send the trio to strong-arm you.
The trio were the Don's notorious henchmen. It was obvious that Lupino hadn't been intimidated by the threat.
Yeah, I think the guy making pagan sacrifices in his rock club probably doesn't care about you.
Lupino's notes covered the table.
Although we can discuss whether or not that's a sane thing to do, is to ignore written threats from mob bosses. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Jack Lupino was crazy, all right. The table was scattered with notes of demented arcane nonsense written in rusty blood. A mishmash list of demons, devils, and dark gods evoked.
Beelzebub! Asmodeus! Baphomet! Lucifer! Loki! Cthulhu! Lilith! Hela! Blood given to you all.
He was after that old Faustian deal. Your soul for power and fortune. Just sign on the dotted line with your blood.
I mean, of course, when has that ever gone wrong for anyone? I mean, duh. Okay.
Lupino's notebook lay on the pedestal.
Oh, this should be a gas.
Jack Lupino was crazy, all right.
Mythic wolves, let loose to devour the sun and the moon. Lupino is the wolf. I'm Mr. Beast. The big bad Fenris wolf. I'm the end of the world man, wearing the flesh of fallen angels.
After Y2K, the end of the world had become a cliche. But who was I to talk? A brooding underdog avenger alone against an empire of evil, out to right a grave injustice. Everything was subjective. There were only personal apocalypses. Nothing is a cliche when it's happening to you.
Oh, the hilarity of living in an age where a evil gang underboss who makes human sacrifices calling himself Mr. Beast, and that being a joke, not like the hardcore edgelord thing he thinks it is. That's hilarious. Yeah. Anyway.
The flesh of fallen angels! Come to me all! Astaroth, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Baphomet, Lucifer, Loki, Satan, Cthulhu, Lilith, Ella! Blood to you all! Secret. Living the skin of reality. I've seen it. The corruption of flesh.
So
I'm the wolf, yeah!
I'm the wolf,
I'm the wolf!
yeah, you're not crazy at all. So our goal here is to not get hit by falling Molotovs.
It's to the end.
There'll be guys, of course, but they're really a secondary to getting hit with Molotovs.
I don't need the words! I'm beyond the words!
See, but Molotovs everywhere. Why? Crap. Crap. Oh, hey. Well, that sort of worked. Let's just try one engram. How about that? Probably a guy up here. Yep, I see you. Yeah, that's cheating. Okay. That all of them? That everybody? Oh. There you go. Oh, hey now. Nice tuck and roll down the hole there. I like that. I like how you keep popping these shots off before I can get to you.
I had known there'd have to be a catch in it somewhere, and this one was the Empire State Building of catches. Lupino was pumped up and dying to go 15 rounds with a mutant alligator. And then he started this spooky monkey talk, straight from a bad dream. Mine.
I have tasted the flesh of fallen angels. I've tasted the devil's green blood. It runs in my veins. I've seen beyond a world of skin, the architecture of blood and bow and arrow. Death is coming! She is coming, and hell follows with her. This is the twilight winter. I am ready to be her son. Her time is now, and all who stand in her way must die! Die! You'll die! You'll die! Now! Oh!
Oh boy. Yeah, you're not too crazy to take 109mm rounds to the face. I don't care how crazy you are.
When Lupino finally went down, I wanted to make real sure he'd stay that way. V was a bad monster. Turned them into friggin' zombie demons from outer space.
I think he's dead already.
Huh? And that's when it happened.
But dead or not, you've got the wrong guy.
In stepped this knockout femme fatale holding a gun to my face. I returned the favor. Lisa Punchinello. Lisa Punchinello was the Don's wife.
Mona Sachs. Lisa's evil twin.
Your safety's off, evil twin. You might hurt someone with that gun of yours.
Lisa's the damsel in distress. I'm the professional. I'd blow you away without batting an eye.
Sure, and you can check out my credentials splattered all over this joint.
Jack couldn't have framed you. Not the state he was in. We're after the same slime bag. Angelo Punchinello's the one who murdered your friend and framed you with it.
You know this for a fact.
I've got my sources.
I don't have a clue these days. I just shoot them as they come. Who put a contract on the Archfiend?
This one's mine. I hate the guts of that sadistic wife-beater. Why not pool our bullets for this one?
I thought you'd never ask. My finger was starting to twitch.
How do you like your whiskey?
I'm easy, as long as you don't try to slip me a Mickey.
You're a real angel, Max.
It was good stuff. Tasted sweet as honey going down.
Nothing personal. Can't risk you going berserk and getting Lisa killed.
The nightmare was always the same. Violent shapes moving in darkness, old and ugly. The killer's mad laughter was a riddle filled with wicked innuendo. Somewhere, the baby was crying.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I remember getting to this part in the original game when I got it and was like, wow, this is really messed up, and it is. Honestly, I played a lot of games with like, oh no, the main character has been drugged sequences, and this Max Payne one is memorable and always stayed with me. Now, to be fair, I don't mean to say that in a good way. I mean, some of it is good, but some of it is not. Because this first one's not bad. Oh, it's only mildly disorienting and nauseating. It's the second one we'll get into at some point down the road that's really evil.
Max, no, please, Max. Why? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know which way is the right way. Even though I played this game like a million times, I still couldn't tell you the right way through this maze. Oh, and we found it instantly. Great.
Should have known it when we found you snoring next to Lupino's corpse. A comedian, huh?
That's me, grade A comedian. I always liked in real life, people told me, it's like, oh, you should be a comedian. And I always have to respond with, do you have any idea how difficult it is
Michelle
to be
looked
a
at me
comedian?
from the photo.
Oh, jeez.
The Payne family. Happiness captured in a Polaroid moment. I had thought it would last forever, till death do us part. I didn't want to think about it. As long as I didn't, it could never happen. But I had broken my own rule. The thought had already slipped in. Fear was rusty needles poking at my brain. Cold and scaly, it slithered down my chest.
Yeah, shockingly using
The pictures were filled with good old times. Alex and I had a few moments of glory between us. Crime-fighting comrades, the best in NYPD DEA collaborative team. Good-hearted macho bullshit like that. I would have given anything to have him here as my backup. No such luck. No luck at all.
no luck at all is correct. Something tells me we're not going that way. Just getting that feeling. Oh no. No! Oh, I despise this. Now this one's not bad. I believe this one is straightforward. It's the one we get to
watch cartoons.
in the second one.
Captain Baseball Bat
It's terrible. Also, this is significantly easier, again, to do on a mouse and keyboard than it is on a PS2 controller. I think our goal here is to just get to the other side of the room. I don't think this was the right choice, no. Not only that, but in 1080p, You could actually see like the squares of the textures, and it makes this a lot easier. On an old CRT TV back in the day, on a PS2 controller, all you could see was this red line. You couldn't see the fact that it's a flat texture. It was a line of blood in infinite darkness. I hated it so much because it's like, oh yeah, this is a neat, like, you know, walk the tightrope kind of sequence, but something terrible happens. And maybe it's not until the second sequence of this we get to. But when you fall, basically, like, I think it's Max just kind of screams really loudly, like, for a full 10 seconds, and it's super annoying. Yeah, this was so difficult on a console. I can't even express to you, because not only is this easier to see on this port, but also this texture that Max is standing on is not a flat, like, thin bar. It's almost like a really squashed triangle. So even though you're lined up straight on it, it eventually, oh crap, it's going to slightly push you to one side of this line. And again, on a controller, it's really hard for fine detail. So basically, if you're not perfectly straight on it, you're just going to casually run right off the side of it eventually. And it's just the worst. Save it again. Because you gotta figure, every time you die on this, you restart it. But I want to say it just puts you back at the, like, that hallway. You don't have to reload a save or anything like that. It just makes you start over again. So as long as you're saving it diligently and you reload it instead of just reappearing back in the hallway, you should be all good. But oh man, this is one of the most rage-inducing sections in an older game I remember by a long shot. It's a breeze now. You see, there was no real effort required to that at all, just saving and patience. But on the PS2, that was a frickin' nightmare. Ah, yes.
No, please, God, no.
Thing like having flashbacks about your dead child.
Slice them, dice them, shoot them full of holes, blow them to bits, vaporize them, disintegrate them. No matter what you do, they'll still be back, good as new.
You talking about Max Payne? Because that's pretty
Michelle's
accurate.
diary lay on the table.
Oh, this should be fun.
Michelle was working part-time in the district attorney's office. Her diary was open on today's entry, her handwriting all pretty curves.
An army dossier found its way to my desk yesterday. Valhalla? Isn't that a Norse myth? Something about Vikings? I tried to tell Max about it, but he was busy, that cute frown on his brow. Guess it's nothing, just a mix-up at the courier service.
From now on, I would always find time for her. It was a hollow promise. Too little, too late.
Yeah, that's like, oh, I'll find time for her now that she's dead. Like, whoops.
Max, no, please, Max. Why? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Murderer! You killed her! Nothing like that ever happens in the real world.
I woke up in a bad dream. My head felt 2 sizes too small for my brain,
Max Payne. I envy your name.
and the killer was smiling.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Frankie the Bat Niagara.
Niagara, as in you cry a lot? He had a baseball bat and I was tied to a chair. Pissing him off was the smart thing to do.
Nothing wrong with a little laugh now and then. Take me, for example. I love to watch cartoons. Cartoon violence is a fascinating thing. Let's take a break. I need to take a leak and maybe grab a cold one at the bar. Don't worry. I'll be back to finish this off. And then, it's checkout time.
You play, you pay, you bastard. He swaggered out, and the door clanged shut behind him, locks clicking into place. Everyone makes mistakes. Mine hadn't been to crack jokes about the goon with the bat. He'd have cracked my skull regardless. It hadn't even been to trust a girl with a gun. I had blindly gone after the first bad guy on my hit list when I should have been aiming further up the ladder, at the head of the Punchinello family. I couldn't bring myself to be pissed at Mona. Guess I had a soft spot for a pretty face. But when somebody decides to play baseball with your head, you tend to get sore. They had dragged me back to the basement of Lupino's hotel. I was beaten, bruised, and blue. I felt like the chair I had broken to get free. All I had was Niagara's bat, sticky with my own blood.
That's a great weapon. All right, so as usual, that's all the time I have for today's episode today. Thank you everybody so much for joining me on another exciting look into the world of Max Payne. I'm Devo at LostTimeGaming. If you enjoyed the video today, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, and get subscribed. Let me know down in the comment section below what you thought about my gameplay, my commentary, or anything else in general. That being said, thanks for watching, and as usual, I'll catch you all on the flip side.